Thank you. It's very nice introduction. It's really, I feel really good to be here. Like Cheryl said, I've been involved with the AP Art History program for a long time. When I started, right after I finished my graduate coursework, I got adjunct position teaching at Denison University in Ohio. And I was an Asianist. So, of course, I taught all the Asian classes and Asian survey and the Western survey, too. But one of my old master's professors, Jody Lamb, who used to be the chief reader for AP Art History, I don't know if any of you have been around long enough to have known Jody, but he called me up and he said, since you're teaching this survey, you'd be perfect for AP Art History. Want to become a reader? So I haven't looked back. It's a great program. It's a great class. And it's gone through a big change. And so my job here is to help you fill in maybe some gaps or give you more information than you need or ever want about some of the objects in the West Asian and Southeast and East Asian units, content areas 7 and 8. After we talk about each work on the list, I want to come back to a set of 4 questions. And I'm sure you do this with some of your students, but what I'm interested in asking about really with each object and kind of as an outline would be, what is it? Because we would certainly ask our students to be able to identify something and place it in its culture and time. Why is it important? And you can see after each of these questions, I've hinted to you LOs or learning objectives. What learning objectives in the new course could those questions relate to? So what is it, I think, is a learning objective 1.1. Students differentiate the components of form, function, content, and/or context of a work of art. And 3.1, students identify a work of art. Why is it important? Well, that could be anything on this list of learning objectives, anything about this work that makes it significant. What does the art relate to or relate most closely to? And to me, I see that in big area 2, about how art is shaped by both tradition and change. And so in that area, it could be a 2.1 describing features of tradition and/or change in a single work. 2.2, explain how and why specific traditions and/or changes are demonstrated in a single work or a group of works. Or 2.3, analyze the influence of one single work upon other works of art, or one other work of art. And then finally, what could it be compared to? And this really hits in big idea 3.5, which is essentially a comparison question to analyze similarities and differences, relationships between works of art. And they don't have to then come from the same tradition. Or I think we all know that it's really through comparison that students learn how to do an attribution, which is 3.4. Looks like I typed it wrong, but it's 3.4 on the list. So kind of keep these in mind, because when we come back and I'll ask, I know it's the end of the day and you've been teaching all day and you're exhausted, but maybe we can come back and have a little discussion and I'll share some of my ideas about how these works fit into these questions as well. All right. So the other thing I want to recommend to you, and I'll just pass it around while we're talking, is a source book for you. I don't know if any of you have the Asian Art Reader from Blackwell Anthologies in Art History, but this is a really terrific volume. It is a reader that covers really content area 8, South Asia, Southeast Asia, and East Asia. But I shared some sources from this reader with you on that Dropbox, which I hope you all received. Did everybody get a link to the Google Dropbox with articles? Okay. Well, it came from Google, so you might have spammed it or something. If you didn't, before you leave today, please come up to me, give me your emails, and I'll make sure you get it. But it's some articles that relate to some of the issues with works of art, but some of them came right out of this reader. And beyond that, the reader also covers Southeast Asia, Borobudur and Angkor Wat. It covers East Asia, Chairman Mao, the Todaiji Temple. There's a lot in the curriculum that's addressed here, either in a research article or in primary sources. So it's great for you, and it might be great for some of you to assign bits for students. So let me send it around for you to, and I make no money off of it. I have nothing to do with it, but I think it's a great source. So I just wanted everybody to get to see it.